We are joined today by head football coach Ray Gates of your North Crowley Panthers. How you doing today, Coach?
Doing well, doing well. Just out here with the daily grind with our kids and the summer workout, getting those guys ready to go for the upcoming season.
Like you said, we're in the summer, which means since last football season, you've got to see your kids out competing in other sports, competing in other UIL competitions, in the weight room, in spring, now, in summer workouts. How things go in the spring?
Well, things are going well. This is really our first, spring with our guys. Last year when I got hired here at North Crowley in my first year, I got here in March, and so we just kind of hit, the ground running. And we were trying to hire guys and get guys in here. So, the field this time around is a little bit different because we got an opportunity to lay down our foundation in the off season and things that we need to work on from the season. We were able to establish. And so things have been great. I couldn't be more happier.
Like you said, you came in first year last year, but a heck of a season. 12 wins to start it off, and then a narrow loss in the third round of the playoffs. Talk a little bit about the energy that created around the program.
Well, that created a lot of buzz. People, for a long time thought that North Crowley was a place that was the proverbial sleeping giant. And they've had their challenges and their trials throughout the years. And there have been some years where we've been dormant. And as of recently, there have been some, years where we have gotten the program back. So, to come in last year and to post a 12-1 season, got, a lot of people in our community excited about the program. Our kids are now getting noticed as we've had several coaches come in. We have several guys on our roster right now that have been offered Division I scholarships. So we are definitely being noticed. I know this year when we have our opportunity to start our season, we definitely won't sneak up on anybody. Everybody will be ready for us. And so that's been kind of our rallying cry this year is, how do we, cap off last season, but yet take what we did and roll it into year two.
Okay, so kind of walk me through who's not going to be back, who just graduated, who is going to be back, who might fill a different role on the field, just generally what you're going to look like on the field this fall.
Well, we had an awesome senior class. Those group of guys, they came in and they bought into the vision that we were selling. And so they were great leaders on the team. We have two guys that were really big headliners. One on offense was Kamarian Pimpton, 6'6", 220 tight end who signed with LSU. He's up to about 240 pounds. He's doing a great job there with them right now as he's working with those guys throughout the summer. So, a guy had 57 catches, 917 yards. He's had a lot to do with our offense success last year. So losing him is going to be hard to definitely fill that role. And then, on the defensive side of the ball, Samaj Burrell signed with the University of Texas. He led our team in tackles. He was the center of our defense, and he made a lot of things go for us. So, losing those two guys definitely hurt. Again, on the offensive side of the ball, we had a running back, DeJuan Lacey, who's at Mississippi Valley State. He rushed for 1,700 yards. So it was a lot of that production that we lost last year. But the guys that we do have coming back, we're really excited about their potential and what they're going to bring to the table. We have 3 Division I receivers, Mason Ferguson, who transferred in from Burleson, 6'2", 180-pound receiver. We have Julian Knox, who's committed to TCU, 6'3" receiver, about 190 pounds, a 4'4" guy. Then we have another receiver who's a 10'5" guy. That's about 6 foot 175. So we're explosive on the outside. And then we return, a 4-star running back who rushed for over 1,200 yards last year. And also, caught about 400 yards in the passing game. He's going to be back. He's super explosive. And Cornelius Warren. And then, headlining it all off for us on the offensive side of the ball is our quarterback, Chris Jimerson, who also is offered by TCU. Very explosive kid, 4'5", 40 guy, can throw the ball and place it wherever he needs to. And so I'm excited about his progression. in our offense. And then on the defensive side of the ball, we're anchored up front with, two Division I tackles and 6'4", 330-pound Sterling Brooks. He's actually at the University of Houston right now as we speak. He's been to SMU, he's been to Baylor here recently. DC Thompson, another all-district defensive tackle that we have. And then, we in the back end got 3 guys that are Division I guys as well. So linebacker crew, 4 guys returning from that team last year. A couple of those guys are D1 guys as well. So we're loaded with talent, and that's just part of the puzzle. The other part is putting it together, staying healthy, and making sure that those guys can perform to their talent level.
Okay, so now, if you don't mind, kind of walk us through the rest of 3-6A and what you expect to see from them on this fall.
Man, what a compelling district to be in. First off, I definitely like to give hats off to all the coaches that are in our district. I come from a district where the talent, at Cedar Hill, playing in the District of Doom every week, you're playing guys that are super talented every single week. And a lot of the coaching, in that district put those guys in positions to use their God-given, ability and talent. And then coming over here, one of the things that kind of sticks out to me is that the coaches here do a great job of schematically putting their kids in positions to pose, problems to you offensively and defensively. So our district is a really good district when it comes to the coaching talent. And then, you got guys like perennial powerhouses in Trinity who last year, kind of took a step, back that no one thought that they would early. And then they were able to, pick up steam a little bit late and they made the playoffs to continue that streak. So they definitely will be much improved this year in the second year with Coach Limeweaver. I believe over, in Weatherford, I think they're going to be really good this year. They had a young group of talent on the lower levels that was really good. I expect to see them right in the thick of things this year. We have Boswell, who, they finished second in our district last year. Have a great, talented quarterback who's committed to play baseball at A&M. He's one of the best in the league, if not the area in DFW. So they're going to be a tough opponent this year. And then, my old mentor, Coach Lynn, over now at Crowley High School, what he's going to bring to that team, a lot of toughness, a lot of grit. They're going to be a different team, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in our district as well. Of course, you can't leave out LD Bell, who started off well last year. Coach Dibble over there has done a fantastic job of creating a culture that you're seeing that's turning the tides, and those guys are winning. So we have, Chisholm Trail, Pascal, can't leave any of those guys out. They're going to be right there in the thick of things this year. So we're going to have our work cut out if we want to try to repeat and be district champions again this year.
Now, you've been around coaching in high school for a few years. What would you say the biggest challenge facing Texas high school athletics right now is?
Well, I think probably the thing that we have to fight off, I think we have to, number one, protect the purity and the genuineness of our sport. There's been some talk with several states, trending towards the NIL opportunities for high school athletes. I know that, I believe, in California, that's something that I think they're already doing. I think it has its place, but I think when it comes to high school, I think our kids need to be focused on, the fundamentals of the game, growing up and, being able to play with the friends that they've, known since, they've been 4 or 5 years old, being great students academically. And then, the pride that you get for playing for your community, for your school, that's enough pressure enough. And at a high school level, I don't believe that there is just right now just room for that. And then I believe also, with what's going on, from a political standpoint with the vouchers and protecting, the sanctity of UIL football, I think we got to make sure that as coaches and fans of this great sport in our state, that we make sure that our schools are funded properly so that we can continue to have the sports that we have in the state of Texas. That's what separates us from anybody else in the country.
Now, when we talked last year, we talked about a few things, but a lot of them were just about creating excitement around the program. Things like the grilling and smoking thing, the beefs on Fridays, and uses of social media. And so kind of go over what you think the highlights you've been able to accomplish from that aspect, not on the success on the field, but just the activities that you do to create excitement around the program.
Well, it creates a family atmosphere. You know, I truly believe that, you know, you have to show your kids today that you care about them. Everybody, you know, is going to tell their kids that you care about them, you know, but what you do actually for kids matters more today than it ever has. So we want to make sure that our kids know that our coach is here, love them. We're going to show it with action. We're going to, like you said, you know, right now as we speak, I have a brand new smoker trailer being made. My uncle and my dad, they almost complete. I'll be going down to Shiner to pick that up. And as soon as I get it, I'm bringing it up here, and we're going to fire it up for our kids, you know. But for them, what that allows them to do is to see the action behind it. Like, you know, we're going to put community members in front of them. You know, we've had the mayor out to speak to our kids. We've had, you know, professional athletes here to speak to our kids. We have local pastors that come in and pour into our kids. And we want to make sure that we not only coach them from a physical standpoint and from an X's and O standpoint, but we provide them with the tools that they need to be successful when they exit this program. And if they go into the workforce, the military, or if they have an opportunity to go and play at the next level, they understand what it means to be a great teammate and what it means to be a part of a family atmosphere and what their part is in that. And so I think we've done a really good job of creating that here. I think that is the extra sauce on top that allows us to coach our kids the way that we coach them. I believe that's the reason why they love being a part of what we have here. And shoot, when we get done, they don't want to go home. They hang out here with us. And I love that about our kids.
All right, so you use the phrase extra sauce. What's your favorite thing to throw on a grill?
I mean, my two favorite things are spare ribs and brisket, you know. So, you know, I love cooking that. We had our family reunion here a couple of weeks ago, and we smoked about 300 leg quarters, and I smoked 9 pork butts. Got a huge family, so, you know, doing a little catering on the side. So that's one of my passions and my love. And my wife always says my love language is cooking. So if you want to know if I care about you, if I cook for you, I care about you.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you very much for your time today. Best of luck as you work through the summer and into the 23 season.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And for our YouTube viewers, if you like this video, hit that like button down below. It really helps with the algorithm on YouTube and cause this video to be seen by more people. If you like what we're doing with these interviews, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button, and you'll be notified every time we do a new video.
LoneStarGridiron.com. Access the complete history of Texas high school football, over 100 years of information, win-loss records, coaching histories, individual stats, records, and more. Lone Star Gridiron, the authority on Texas high school football.